Hey guys, good morning. Today is the last day of April. Today is April 30th, 2020. It is a Thursday. Tomorrow will be May 1st. So, with that being said, tomorrow also, just as a reminder, will be my first Zoom session with you guys. So it's going to be 7th and 8th grade combined. And so I really hope to see you guys there. It starts at 11:30. All right, guys. So here is our rundown for today. You're checking out my daily video. Then I have you guys listen to the poem, You Have to Live in Somebody Else's Country to Understand. Now, this poem, some of you may have possibly heard it already, but when I do my social justice unit, even if you've heard it before, it's a very crucial poem, I think, to this unit of study because it's written by a child a little bit older than you, ninth grader. And so that experience of being different from everybody else and people picking on you and judging you, treating you unfairly, this poem sums that up in just such a straightforward but real kind of way. So what you're going to do is you're going to click on that poem. Obviously, it's going to open up a link. You guys can hear me. It's so silly. So you're going to listen to this poem. I actually read it twice. And I give you guys some questions that I prompt you with for you guys to think about while you are listening to it on the second time around. And so, like I said, you're going to listen to it. And then after you finish listening to it, if you would like, you can click on this link right here and you can then read it afterwards, especially if you need support while responding to this blog post. I am encouraging you guys to check back on the blog post and make comments to classmates. I will be checking in during the day and providing you guys comments as well. So your directions are after listening to the poem or reading it. So you can click these again. These are links that'll take you directly to it. So if I clicked listen, it's going to bring me right back to this YouTube video. If I click read, it's going to take me right back to the Google Doc to read it. And your questions are right here. So the narrator, the poet, the author, faced adversity while attending school because of her background. She was treated unfairly because she simply did not fit in with the people around her. And so what were your impressions while reading the poem? So the first time around, or first time I have you guys listen to it, the second time I want you guys to think about what you hear, what stands out to you. And so those first thoughts you have, I want you to write them down. So what stood out to you? So while listening to the poem or while reading the poem, something that stood out to me was, and then you tell me, I thought it was interesting that blank. The question I had was blah, blah, blah. Okay. The second question is then asking, how did the way it was written affect your thoughts? So repetition is key here. When you hear the poem, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. And I guess what I'm really asking is, why is there so much repetition? What does that do for your understanding of the poem? Why does the author repeat so much? The third question is, how would you describe an outsider based on details from the poem? Provide textual evidence. Our narrator, our poet, makes it very clear what an outsider is based on this poem. And I want you guys to provide textual evidence. And then the fourth question is, what effects does feeling like an outsider have on a person? So you're not going to be able to figure out, you could use the text for that question, but you can also think of maybe a personal experience you might have had where you felt like you were on the outside, that people were judging you, that you were uncomfortable, anything like that. So what you're going to do is, I'm going to make this even easier for you. You can highlight it if you're able to, and then you copy it. You guys know, put your name. You don't need the email. You don't need a website. You do need comments. And then you paste, and then you can write your answers right next to the questions. If not, you just scroll up and you can list your answers right here. You can say 1, my answer is, 2, I think that, 3, and so on. Okay, guys? Sentences. You guys are in 7th and 8th grade. Please write in full sentences. Textual evidence. Answer all 4 questions. All 4, guys. Answer all 4, please. Okay? And so that is your assignment for today. Like I said, I encourage you to respond to your classmates when they start posting. Check back. If you don't lose points. But yeah. So with that being said, your word of the day is emblem. So emblem is a noun, and it is a picture with a motto or a set of verses intended as a moral lesson, or an object or the figure of an object symbolizing and suggesting another object or an idea. 3 times they use the word object in that definition. It's crazy. But basically it's very similar to a symbol. So a device, symbol, or figure adopted and used as an identifying mark. Okay, so emblem is your word of the day. Some examples of emblems, if you can think of any, send me, write it in your blog post if you can think of an example of an emblem, and I will give you bonus points for today. All right, so at the bottom of your blog post, just say an example of an emblem is, and I will, if it's correct, I'll give you bonus points. All right, guys, have a great Thursday. It's Thursday. Have a great Thursday. We're almost there. And I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. All right, guys, have a great day. See you later.